Hey guys, today on People Now.
Happy birthday to me.
Katy Perry casts her vote and a happy birthday.
Sierra and Russell's big baby news.
A Splash reboot.
That would be a bold movie.
And Tom Hanks wants one with a twist.
Iman dazzles as she's honored in New York.
Prince Albert visits his late mother's house.
The one that he just bought. Things were getting really heated last night between Megyn Kelly and former House Speaker Newt Gingrich on Fox News' The Kelly File. The heated exchange was over the accusations of alleged media bias regarding Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. In the exchange, Megyn explains to Newt that as a media story, it is their duty to cover the women who've come out accusing Donald Trump of sexual assault. This prompted Newt to tell Megyn that she's fascinated with sex on air, to which Megyn replied, "Mr. Speaker, I'm not fascinated by sex, but I am fascinated by the protection of women and understanding what we're getting in the Oval Office." Gingrich shot back, saying, "Therefore, we're going to send Bill Clinton back to the East Wing because, after all, you're worried about sexual predators." That wasn't the end of their heated exchange. They continued to spar over accusations that have been made against Bill Clinton, which prompted Gingrich to dare Kelly during the interview to say that Bill Clinton was a sexual predator. Megyn refused to oblige and reaffirmed her point that women in America are concerned over the claims against Donald Trump. The interview concluded with Megyn Kelly telling Newt Gingrich that he needed to take time to work on his anger issues. It was definitely something to watch. Now moving on to this. Good news for fans of the classic mermaid movie Splash. Original star Tom Hanks wants in on Channing Tatum's remake of the film. At the premiere of his new movie Inferno, Hanks weighing in on the remake, which sees Channing Tatum taking over the originally female mermaid role played by Daryl Hannah. Watch this.
Yeah, what's that about? Yeah, no one asked me. I'm all in favor of it.
It's like a whole trend, though. There's like a whole bunch of gender swap.
Why not? You know, that's fine. Look, I think if they were really going to be bold, I would come back as Alan Bauer, and I would go off with Channing Tatum. That would be a bold movie, and I am suggesting it right now.
And I'd pay good money to see that. I almost got it. Ron Howard, who directed the original Splash and the new movie Inferno, was also at the premiere and revealed how far along development on the new movie is going. Watch this.
I'm going to be involved in it, and I'm excited about it. And look, it's a bit of an experiment, so we'll have to just see how the screenplay comes together. And I've worked with Channing Tatum before. He's a great guy, and so we'll see. But it'll be a lot of fun, even as we're just working on it.
All right, from that to this, model and entrepreneur Iman rocked the red carpet in a pink polka-dotted cape and gown at Tuesday night's 4th annual Save the Children Illumination Gala. The 61-year-old widow of David Bowie was given the Voice Award at the event for her commitment to sharing the stories of the most deprived children. One of the other attendees at the event most excited to see Iman was Dakota Fanning. Watch this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't compare. She's a beautiful woman, an inspiring woman, so I'm excited to hear her speak tonight and, yeah, to maybe meet her.
And loved her little dress there, too. Who wouldn't want to meet Iman? I would as well. The Save the Children Gala was hosted by Jennifer Garner, who looked flawless in a blue and black gown accessorized with a Givenchy tuxedo cape. She talked to reporters about what she hopes her children take away from her philanthropic work.
I don't know. My kids will have to answer that when they're adults. I mean, hopefully they see more than me just getting dressed up for an event, and they see all of the trips that I've made across the country time and time again to see how kids are living in Kentucky, or to see how kids are living in the Quinault Indian Nation outside of Seattle, or in Mississippi or Tennessee next week, and see that I think it's important enough to leave my own family to go and bear witness to the lives that people lead in the United States.
Moving on to this, guys. Is there a new man in Jennifer Lawrence's life? Well, in this week's People, they have all the scoop on Jennifer Lawrence's love life, and it looks like it involves Black Swan director Darren Aronofsky. The rumor started back in August when Jennifer and Darren were spotted dining together in New York City. A source confirms to People that Lawrence is now casually dating Aronofsky after they worked together on an untitled film over the summer. Since their New York City outing, they were also spotted out for an intimate dinner with friends in LA, and a friend of Lawrence says, quote, they've been hanging out. Darren was previously married to actress Rachel Weisz, and Jennifer was in relationships previously with Nicholas Hoult and Chris Martin. The source went on to tell people, just like Jennifer, Darren is very low-key. He does not seem like a person who enjoys being a celebrity. Jennifer is the same. She struggled when she dated Chris Martin and seemed very stressed out. With Darren, it will probably be different. He does not attract attention like Chris does. For more on Jennifer and Darren's budding romance, make sure to pick up the latest issue of People on newsstands everywhere Friday. J-Law deserves love, Andrea.
Yes, she does.
She deserves it, whether it's low-key or whatever.
More
she
than
deserves
anyone
it.
else.
My goodness, let it be true. And you have even more trending news.
I do, Jeremy. Well, Prince Albert II of Monaco is an American homeowner. Yes, the prince was in Philadelphia on Tuesday inspecting the house he had just purchased, the childhood home of his late mother, Oscar-winning actress Grace Kelly. Before Kelly became a movie star and then a princess, after marrying Prince Rainier III in 1956, the brick Georgian house was her home. She lived there with her parents, brother, and 2 sisters. The prince's cousin, John B. Kelly III, was on site Tuesday and shared his excitement over his relative's recent purchase. Take a look.
Oh, he's smiling and laughing, and it's we all love getting together, and we spend our summers together, so it's always fun when all the cousins get together. So that makes it fun. But the house, it's just amazing how little has changed. The wallpaper and paint in the front hall are the same as since 1925.
Well, the sale of the 4,000 square foot house closed on September 23rd at a reported price of $754,000. Prince Albert recently spoke with People, saying they're still figuring out what to do with the historic home, but that he's, quote, looking into having it contain some museum exhibit space. Here's what John B. Kelly III had to say about his cousin's ideas for the home.
He very much wants to make it available for people to see. So once we're finished with the renovations, we'll make it available from time to time for people to see it. But it will not be a full-time museum. So we're just kicking around ideas like that to activate it around fashion, Irish literature, which Grace they created a library in Monaco, the Princess Grace Library, which is all about Irish literature that she collected in the latter years of her life, drama. And athleticism.
Well, very cool stuff there. Excited to see what they do at the house. All right, guys, moving on to this. In this week's People, Carrie Underwood opens up about her life as a do-it-all mom. She talks everything from finding me time to making date nights with her husband work. The busy mom and upcoming CMA host tells People that being on the road for her storyteller tour is intense. She explains, when we are on the road, my day is me doing a show, me being a mom, and those worlds colliding. When asked about her son Isaiah, she says, he's getting faster and bigger. He's running and climbing and jumping off stuff at me. Carrie has a strict workout schedule that includes daily 90-minute workouts, but likes to treat herself with junk food when she goes to her husband's hockey games, and he plays for the Nashville Predators. Now, with Carrie's busy schedule, does she and husband Mike ever have time for date nights? Carrie says, I love making dinner. Isaiah will go down and we will crack open a bottle of wine and just talk and laugh about our weird jobs and all the crazy places they take us. Just being at home together is the best. And if she wasn't busy enough, Carrie says she still has lots of prep to do before she co-hosts next week's 50th Annual Country Music Awards. And if that doesn't get you excited for the big awards, you can pick up a copy of People 50 Years of the CMA Awards, which is available on newsstands Friday. All right, what would you do if you found out that your dad was famous? Well, Guy Fieri's youngest son just started to realize most people's dads aren't on TV. And when Guy stopped by People Now to promote his new cookbook, he shared what it's really like for him to go grocery shopping. Watch.
I come back from being on the road. I love to grocery shop. I love going to the grocery store. It is just, really it's terrible. I mean, I go for hours. I mean, I'll come back and I'll have and she'll be like, you went to get half and half and unsalted butter. You have, what is
like
all
a kid
this?
in the candy store,
and it's especially produce section. I'm a junkie for produce. And
do people ever stop you in the grocery store? Maybe ask for your advice? Yes? Guess that's a yes.
It is the funniest. No, I love it because I'll talk to you about it. What do you want to talk? Oh yeah, those Brussels sprouts are awesome. No, I really think here's a great recipe. Oh, and I sit there and swallow. I mean, with anybody, listen. That's my jive. I really enjoy it. I love farmers markets.
300th episode last June, which is amazing.
It's crazy. It's taking. Trust me. I've been on Food. I mean, I've had the opportunity to be on Food Network for 11 years now, almost 11 years. And Ryder, it's funny because Ryder was born when I was getting on Food Network, and he said to me just the other day, "How long have you been famous? How long has this been going on?" And I said, "Well, since you're a little boy." And he goes, because he's just getting it now. He's in
just starting
5th
to
grade.
understand,
and he's
yeah.
starting to understand. He's starting to see things are a little bit different. Like exactly why do we, and why do we go to the, why do we go to the All-Star game? It says, so I tell him the story about how it happened, and he just, because he's getting it now. I think I've told him a million times, but he's like, so you went on a show?
As long as Barack and Michelle watch it, I'm cool with that. No, that's the thing. I think Hillary would be so excited about it. I think Trump would watch it and love all of the wrong characters.
Yeah.
That's the cast of Good Girls Revolt talking about the timeliness of their new Amazon Prime show. The period drama is based on the real story of the women who successfully fought to become reporters at Newsweek in the late 60s, early 70s. It's our Toyota People Pick of the day. Anna, you play 3 employees at the magazine called News of the Week magazine. Real-life newswoman Connie Chung said
Oh my God.
watching the show brought her to tears because it reminded her of the hell that she went through.
I'm sorry,
to have someone
Connie
like
Chung
that.
came to our premiere and I saw her.
Connie Chung came to
Yes. Newsflash, everyone.
I was like, when did Connie Chung watch Connie
it?
Chung across the room, literally like Crocodile Dundee. I crawled on people's shoulders and I was like, Connie Chung! And she was crying and then I started crying and then Connie Chung gave me a pack of tissues and then I held them like an Emmy all night long. I was like,
Until
Connie
everyone that
Chung,
walked up.
give me these tissues.
Did you talk to her?
I did. I met her a couple of days before we started filming. I took a train from New York down to DC.
It's got to be interesting and perhaps different playing a real-life character, a person who not only real life, you've met her, now there's
Yeah.
this real sense of
They're
accountability.
Well, there feels like it feels there's
Are they dating?
tremendous
They're hanging out a
responsibility.
lot. I'm jealous. I know.
You guys are tight?
We're totally tight.
All right, guys, stay with us. Rebecca Black reveals that time she worked with Katy Perry in that famous music video. Plus, Will Reeve on what his parents would have thought about him running the New York City Marathon. Stick around.
So beautiful, and I tell her every day, you're amazing, just the way you are.
Don't miss all the latest amazing stories right at your fingertips. People love people.
I was very lucky to be able to work with Katy Perry. It just kind of grew into what the video concept was. I don't know. I just remember my mom getting off the phone and being like, hey, I have something to tell you. Are you down? And I literally remember falling to the floor. Months later, I got to see her again, and she actually brought me on stage at Nokia Theater for one of her shows. And before, she pulled me aside before the show started and just said, hey, just stay grounded. Remember where you came from. It's so important. You're so young. And it's those little moments that you remember as a little girl, like this is someone I really look up to. And I'll always thank her for that.
Well, guys, Will Reeve, the youngest son of Christopher and Dana Reeve, will be racing the TCS New York City Marathon on Sunday, November 6th on behalf of Team Reeve. Now, Will is working to raise a fundraising goal of $30,000 for spinal cord injury and awareness. And get this, it's his first marathon ever. So in support, I have here the official Team Reeve race shirt. I will be looking for this from the comfy, cozy seat I will be in watching the race go by during that big marathon. I want to catch up with Will and ask his thoughts on racing. Take a look at what he had to say. What would your parents think about the fact that you're running a marathon as opposed to like playing football or hockey or something
I don't know.
What do you think the reaction
I'd
would
like
be?
to think they would be excited. They were always so supportive of me. I grew up playing every sport you can imagine, and my parents were at every game, every practice, all that stuff, and they were always so supportive. And I think they would get a real kick out of it. I know that they would be along probably First Avenue in Manhattan and then shuffle over to the finish line, hopefully, where I know I would be so excited to embrace them and enjoy the experience with them, because I would be running for them if they were here. I'm running for them now to carry on their legacy, but even if they were still around, I would still be running for them. They are paramount in my mind.
Let's talk about why you're running. All those affected by paralysis, which includes your dad, Christopher. What would you say is the biggest misconception about people who are paralyzed or have those kinds of situations?
That they're any different from you or I, because everyone should have the same opportunities, the same things available to them in life, whether that's going down the street to a movie, or it's getting a job, or finding love, whatever it is. We're all human beings, and being in a wheelchair doesn't change that, and being paralyzed should not change that. And it's a big mission of mine, as it was for my mom and my dad, to make people aware of that fact.
How does the legacy of your parents continue to impact you today?
My parents' legacy impacts everything I do because I am their son. Christopher Reeve, Dana Reeve are my parents, and they always will be. My parents instilled great values in me and in our whole family. And if I stay true to those, I know I'll be honoring them because it's what they wanted and it's what they taught me. So they're never far from my mind, and they will be at the front of my mind while I'm running the marathon on November 6th.
He truly is such a great guy, and if you want to help Will raise his $30,000 goal, there is still time. You saw it on the bottom of your screen there, give.reeve.org/willreeve.
Thank you, Jeremy. All right, it's that time again. The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Trek. That's our girl Katy Perry celebrating her 32nd birthday on Tuesday by getting her vote on. The pop star made sure to head to the polls early and gave her longtime candidate, Hillary Clinton, a little birthday shout out as well. Clinton is celebrating her 69th birthday today, but the Katy-Hillary duo have been killing it since last year. For Hillary's 68th birthday, Katy posted this powerful Instagram saying, "Happy birthday to our next great leader. I stand with her for my daughters and their daughters and beyond what time gives me. Get informed, get involved, and become empowered." Katy even supported Hillary with these stylish nails, super cute. Well, way to go, Katy, for rocking the vote. Looks like there are other celebs making big announcements on their birthday. We got some exciting baby news this morning. Newlyweds Ciara and NFL star Russell Wilson just broke the news that they are expecting their first child together. And get this, it was also Ciara's 31st birthday. The singer posted this adorable black and white picture on Instagram saying, "On this special birthday, I've received an abundance of love from friends and family, and I'm excited to finally share one of the greatest gifts of all that God could give." Well, Ciara is already a mommy to her 2-year-old son, Future Zahir, with ex-fiance Future the rapper, but I'm sure little Future will be super excited to be a big brother. Ciara and Russell married at a beautiful ceremony in Cheshire, England in July, and since then, Russell hasn't stopped gushing about Ciara's son. He told Maria Shriver in August, "When I see this kid, he's only 2 years old, he's so sweet and so loving, always has a smile on his face. Ultimately, it's about loving the child because the child is the opportunity to do some amazing things in his life." Well, we know he's ready for fatherhood. Congratulations to Ciara and Russell. Well, bad news, ladies. Looks like our favorite bachelor may be off the market officially. Leonardo DiCaprio has been seen getting extra close with Danish model Nina Agdal, and sources say they are serious. DiCaprio, who is known for dating beautiful models, seems completely smitten by the 5'9" bombshell, but could she be the one? One source reveals to People he seems very into her. He constantly holds her hand and kisses her. Another saying, Nina has a goofy personality but is mature for her age. For Leo, she's a breath of fresh air. Agdal, who has a rockin' bod, has appeared in Sports Illustrated's swimsuits issue and used to date British pop star and former member of The Wanted, Max George. I guess time will tell if Nina's the rose to Leo's Jack, but for now, it looks like love is in the air. Well, we got more couple goals this morning. Looks like things between Khloe Kardashian and her new beau, NBA player Tristan Thompson, are heating up. The two were first seen stepping out together in September, and now Khloe just posted this super cute pic on her Instagram. You can see her and Tristan hand over hand and rocking a ton of bling, including Tristan's Cavaliers ring. Khloe has been super supportive of her NBA boyfriend. A source telling People Khloe has been spending a lot of time in Cleveland with Tristan. She's very supportive of him, and they're getting serious. They really dig each other a lot, and she's planning to spend more and more time out there with him. Khloe also shared this picture on Instagram. The stylish Kardashian attended the season opener of the Cavaliers versus the Knicks in Ohio and plans on making many more games. The insider shared that Khloe will be in town when Tristan's team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, play at home this weekend. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Hi, my name is Brooke Hmel, and these are 5 things that you should know about me. First thing you guys should know about me is yo soy de Puerto Rico. A lot of my family was born in Puerto Rico, and we all moved over here, and now we're in Florida. Second thing is I am actually going to be 17 years older than my youngest sibling. So right now I have an 8-year-old sister, a 3-year-old sister, and then either a boy or a girl on the way, we don't know yet. And they're my world. I love my siblings. The third thing is I actually have kind of a little sister that lives in Africa. And we actually met through Metro Kids Africa, which is like a pen pal thing, and it's kind of evolved to where, you know, we Skype all the time, And we write back and forth to each other, and we've shared some really cool stories. And, you know, there's a lot of hardships over there, so we're able to like share different stories, and I do my best, you know, tell her all the positive things that I can, and she hopes to be coming to America soon, just kind of explore and see how it is over here. Number 4 is I eat a raw food-based diet. Whenever I'm in the store, I'm always turning boxes and labels over and making sure there's no artificial colors, artificial flavors, anything that are not very good for you. The 5th and final thing is that I have a huge crush on Shawn Mendes. He's actually the biggest artist that I would like to collaborate with, just because I'm so already in love with all of the stuff that he does. You know, I've been following his music since he was only posting covers on YouTube, so I know all of the music that he does, and I've kind of seen him grow, so I think working with him would be really awesome.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
Austin Haru, the Florida college student who was arrested and charged with the fatal stabbings and infamous face biting of a Martin County, Florida couple in their home back in August, has given an exclusive bedside interview for the Dr. Phil show before his arrest. The Palm Beach Post has learned all this. The segment is set to air Friday. It's called "The Frat Boy Dubbed Cannibal Killer Breaks His Silence from His Hospital Bed." It has no promotional video, just a blurb for the upcoming program that reads, "Haru speaks out for the first time from his hospital bed. What does he say caused him to go from popular student to an accused killer?" Martin County Sheriff William Snyder told the Post on Monday night that his department was aware of the phone interview conducted a few days before Haruf's arrest, October 3rd, but there was nothing it could legally have done to stop it, even if he was arrested. He said his office can't bar anyone from speaking with the media who wishes to do so. But John Stevens IV, the son of John Stevens, whom Haruf is charged with killing, has a huge problem with the interview and said if the sheriff's office had arrested him sooner, there may have not even been the opportunity to give an interview. Stevens telling the Post, "It may be his right to give a phone interview, but if the process would have been followed like any other double murderer and he was arrested immediately, he may have not been so inclined to give an interview from jail." On August 15th, the Martin County Sheriff's Office said Haruf beat Stevens and wife Michelle Michonne to death, and after a stay in the hospital, Haruf is now being held at the Martin County jail on 2 counts of second-degree murder with a weapon, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder with a weapon, and 1 burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery. And John Stevens IV goes on to talk more in depth about the Dr. Phil interview, saying if anyone else was in Haruf's place, they would have been arrested right away. He said this, "I've never seen a black or minority suspect with such an inherent sympathetic spin as Haruf is getting. They make him seem as sympathetic as possible because he's privileged and white, and it's really, really sad. We all live in a time when we're cynical about media and law enforcement. My reaction is general disgust. I really hope people can use their brains and see that Haruf is a monster." The Dr. Phil interview with Haruf is set to air this Friday. You can check your local listings for times.
This is Jennifer Aniston, who told people her beauty secret. It's called water. This is Julia Roberts, who confessed her $1 million beauty treatment. It's called sleep. This is Courtney, who escapes to the spa. And Michelle, who swears by good lighting. And this is Beyonce, who woke up like this. These are people's insider trading tips to beauty from the world's most beautiful. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Andrea, it went by so fast today.
I know, it did, right?
So good. We're going to do it again tomorrow, guys. And we want to see you there as well.
And Friday.
Yes.
Keep coming back.
Benedict Cumberbatch is revealing tomorrow why he won't go Kardashian and why he refuses to go on social media. Plus, Victoria Justice has given us a Throwback Thursday that you can't miss.
Well, thank you for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Impastor stars Michael Rosenbaum and Sarah Rue. Enjoy.
See you guys.
Hi, I'm Sarah Rue.
And I'm Michael Rosenbaum.
From TV Land's Impastor. And this is One Last Thing.
The last song stuck in my head was Stuck on You. I got a feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose.
Yes, I'm on my way. Now I'm going to have that stuck in my head.
Mighty glad you stayed.
The last time I laughed so hard I cried was at Rosenbaum's house. We did a Facebook Live. Things got a little weird. We had to put on some wigs. None of us looked good. I thought it was amusing.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was fun.
I think I pulled my pants down.
My last big splurge was on a really cute dress that I was going to wear to do press in New York, but I decided I didn't like it and it was too expensive, so I'm returning it to Saks when we leave this building.
You know, the last time I was embarrassed was
Never,
probably. No, I was embarrassed at the Facebook Live event that we had for Impastor when I pulled my pants down. And I wasn't embarrassed then, but then you texted me or tweeted me and said, your underwear is weird.
Yeah, they had a weird flap.
No, my underwear had a weird flap.
Yes.
My flap didn't have a weird flap.
I luckily don't know.